Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about the SPD Shadow Ranger, also known as Anubis Cruger or Doggie Cruger as a nickname. So Doggie Cruger was a part of the SPD headquarters, the first SPD branch. It was on his planet, his home planet known as Sirius. During his time on Sirius, he found a girl known as Icinia. He found a girl named Icinia, and he also found his best friend, later to become rival, Ichthyor. But one day, during his time at the SPD branch of Sirius, him and Ichthyor were sparring. But Ichthyor's friendship then turned into jealousy because Icinia was liking Doggie Anubis Cruger more than she liked Ichthyor. So during their sparring match, Ichthyor didn't really spar. He really just tried to kill Doggie Cruger. During their match, Ichthyor tried to kill Doggie Cruger, and he almost succeeded if Icinia didn't break it up. Ichthyor then left Sirius and became a loner until he found himself doing jobs for the bounty hunter known as Broodwing. But that is where that will come into play later in the video. But during his time, Grum, basically the big bad of the season, Grum, he came to Sirius and he had a whole army against him. He had his henchmen, he had his, what's it called? Like enforcers and stuff like that. So when he came to, Sirius, Doggie Cruger and his and the other SPD, the other Space Patrol Delta members all band together to try and fight off Grum's forces. They did not succeed, however, and Doggie Cruger specifically, he was ambushed by a horde of Crybots. Crybots are basically the henchmen of the season, and while he was cornered by the Crybots, his wife Icinia fell into the back, and while she was falling into the back, then one of Grum's enforcers known as Bun. Alright, so Banag actually slipped into the back with Icinia, and during Kruger's ambush, it had seemed that Banag actually killed Icinia, but really, that was not what really happened. Banag had actually captured Icinia, but Kruger thought she was destroyed. So, after the battle, Cruger is literally the only one standing after the fight, and he's the only one left of the Sirius Space Patrol Delta, the Sirius branch of SPD. Now, he decides, you know what, I can escape if I'm going to get off this planet. So he then heads to the Earth branch of SPD, and he climbs up the ranks and then becomes the commander of the Earth SPD branch, or like one of the areas on Earth. I'm pretty sure they have multiple around Earth. But yeah, so after that, he climbs up the ranks and becomes the commander for SPD. But then, when he and his fellow Rangers are in confrontation with his enemy from the past, which is Banag, Dr. Cat Minx, which is basically the alpha of their season, she gives Doggie Cruger the Shadow Ranger Morpher, which he uses. But what also happens here is that Banag actually captured Cat Minx before all of this. Well, after all this. So Doggie Cruger then mounts on his solo rescue mission as a Shadow Ranger. But during the battle, Doggie Cruger then finds out from Banag that Icinia is actually still alive. But Doggie pushes this aside and just saves Max, Dr. Cat Minx. But then, in another day, another enemy from Doggie Cruger's past, which is Ichthyor. Ichthyor, I believe he was on a mission to collect the Power Rangers badges so that Broodwing can sell them, and he took out every single Ranger. But Doggie Cruger and the Omega Ranger are able to stop Ichthyor and capture him. Then, at the end of the season, Doggie Cruger then mounts on is again captured by his corrupted A Squad, and he finds Icinia being held prisoner in Grum's ship. So he then mounts on his rescue mission to save her, and the Rangers then follow soon after. At the end, Doggie is reunited with Icinia, and the Space Patrol Delta headquarters are fine. But then, Grum crash lands on Earth for a final strange attack. against Doggie Cruger. Doggie Cruger then faces off with Grum, and this was probably one of the best fight scenes I have ever seen in a Power Ranger show. It is so cool, and it's like awesome. So what happened here was that before late and during the season and like but later in other episodes, Doggy Cruger actually sliced off one of Grum's antennas. So he has like a half one cut off and the other one full. Doggy Cruger just takes the other one off and then just captures Grum, and that was crazy. But the fight scene they had was insane. But yeah, that's pretty much Doggy Cruger's origin. He has a very, very tragic origin, but I mean, that's what makes him such a good character, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.